Stop. Don't open another app until you hear this. Your phone isn't stealing your time, it's rending your mind by the minute. If you wake up and reach for it, if you scroll to numb out, you're not relaxing. You're rehearsing distraction. I'm about to ruin mindless scrolling forever. In the next 15 minutes, I'll show you how to turn the digital deluge into a dojo that trains your focus, confidence, and calm. Not by deleting everything, but by mastering yourself. But first, an uncomfortable question. When was the last time you were alone with your thoughts for 5 minutes without needing a screen? By the end, you'll understand why your attention is your most valuable asset, why most people are giving it away for free, and how to take it back today. Watch until around minute 12. That's where I reveal the principle that snapped my addiction in one day. Tired of surface advice like, just use a timer? Smash like now so YouTube shows you more content that actually helps. This isn't motivation. This is ancient practice that works in 2024. Subscribe if you want a mind that doesn't panic when you're offline. We're building a community that thinks differently. Entrepreneurs, students, parents, creators. People who want control in a world engineered to grab it. Drop STOIC in the comments if you're in. I reply in the first hour. Here's what nobody tells you about the digital age. Your attention is the product. The biggest lie is that you lack discipline. No, you're up against trillion-dollar teams that study your brain and build slots into your pocket. While everyone else blames themselves and doom scrolls, smart people redesign the battlefield. 2 years ago, I missed my nephew's first recital. I was in the parking lot 7 minutes early thinking, just one video. The next thing I remember is looking up at a crowd walking out. My sister texted, "He kept looking for you." I felt a cold, metallic ache of shame. On the drive home, I heard phantom vibrations. My thumb kept flicking like a metronome. Later that night, I said out loud, "What happened to me?" The room was quiet. My phone screen glowed on the dresser like an eye that never blinks. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In 2024, outside events are engineered for your weakness. That's fine. The Stoic move isn't to smash the world, it's to master your responses. The algorithm can tempt, but it cannot make you tap. Reclaiming that gap, that millisecond of choice, is everything. It turns "I can't help it" into "I choose" again. Do this today. Put one app, just one, behind a 30-second speed bump. Move it off your home screen. Turn your phone grayscale. When the itch hits, say out loud, "I'm choosing to delay." Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 6, 30 seconds. The itch will pass. Name it, tame it. And this is just the beginning. The next principle will blow your mind because it turns your worst habit into a training ground. Plot twist. The flood isn't the enemy. Your untrained attention is. Everyone talks about detoxing, but they miss the key. You don't need a smaller life. You need a stronger mind. While most people try to run from noise, Stoics build signal inside the noise. They turn triggers into teachers. I once tracked my phone touches for a week. It was disgusting. 2,000 plus taps a day. Mornings started with other people's emergencies. By 2 p.m., I was fried. Snappy, unfocused. Scrolling between tasks as if there were oxygen in my feed. Then on day 4, I did something different. Every time the urge hit, I whispered, "Why this now?" My hands hesitated. Because I'm bored. Because I'm anxious. Because I don't want to write that email. The urge wasn't random. It was a signal. I wrote the pattern down. Within days, my feed became a map of my mind. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the opinions which they form about things." Translate that to tech. It's not the app, it's your story about the app. This calms me. This distracts me. This is harmless. That story is the leash. Change the story, change the grip. When you see the urge as a teacher, boredom is here. Can I sit with it? The app loses its spell. Instant win. For the next 24 hours, every time you unlock your phone, say the purpose out loud in 5 words or less. Text mom, set timer, check bank. If you can't name it, don't open it. This 10-second friction rewires your brain to be the master, not the passenger. Comment below what your most honest purpose statement turned out to be. I'll pin the most savage one. Quick stat. Imagine this. Cutting 30 unlocks a day saves you an hour. That's 7 hours a week. What could you do with 7 hours? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your peace is buried under your notifications. While everyone else lets alerts run their day, smart people flip the power dynamic. They go on offense. 3 years ago, I was juggling remote work, a relationship, and side projects. I mistook responsiveness for importance. Slack ping, I jumped. Email buzz, I dove. I was proud of being always on. But my partner said, "You're here and not here." That stung. One afternoon, my laptop chimed 5 times in a minute. My chest tightened. I walked to the window and stared at the street. I felt hunted. It hit me, this isn't urgent, it's Pavlov. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Your notifications are small, but the story you tell, if I don't respond instantly, I'll be fired, forgotten, or unlovable, is massive. In 2024, the Stoic move is to train people how to treat you. You set the cadence. You define urgent. Action. Set 2 check-in windows a day for messages. Put your phone across the room. Create an autoresponder. I check messages at 11 and 4 if urgent call. That sentence will free your brain in 48 hours. Bonus. Turn off all non-human notifications. Your future self will thank you. Remember the recital? There's a reason that moment gutted me. But first, this next principle is the lever for all of it. Plot twist. Your home screen is your philosophy made visible. While everyone else decorates with distraction, Stoics curate their environment like a temple. They make the default path the virtuous one. I reorganize my phone like a monk's cell. First page, journal, calendar, reading, camera. Second page, tools. Third page, the fun stuff inside a folder named Later. I set my lock screen to a single line. Is this essential? On day 1, I kept reaching for apps that weren't there. My thumb hovered over open air. I laughed. On day 7, I caught myself opening my journal without thinking. On day 30, a friend said, "You feel calmer." That was better than any metric. Marcus again. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Estimate is a mental habit. Habits are shaped by environments. In 2024, your environment is pixels and prompts. Make your tech ask better questions. If your lock screen makes you think, your life will make more sense. Do this now. Rename one folder to your identity: athlete, builder, present dad. Calm. Put your top 3 apps for that identity on the first page. Every tap becomes a vote for the person you're becoming. After a week, tell me below which identity you chose and what changed. Future pace. 30 days from now, you'll walk past your phone like a pastry shop you no longer crave. You'll smile because you know there's better food at home. Hot take. Hustle culture didn't make you tired. The oscillation between grind and dopamine did. While the internet sells balance, Stoics practice intentional friction. They choose discomfort to build capacity. That's how you get real calm, not fake calm. Last winter, I did a 7-day cold start protocol. No phone for the first hour after waking. Day 1 was rough. I sat on the floor, fidgeting. At minute 12, I opened a book. At minute 20, I made coffee in silence. On day 4, I wrote 3 pages before the world's noise. I felt a strange, clean power. It wasn't productivity, it was possession. My time belonged to me again. Seneca said, life is long if you know how to use it. Use the first and last hours to train your will. In 2024, that might be your only quiet. Defend it like a fortress. Instant win. Tonight, put your phone to sleep in another room. Tomorrow, don't check anything until you've done one thing that matters. Write 100 words. Stretch 5 minutes. Step outside and breathe cold air. 30 minutes. That's the one boundary. You can cut the anxiety in half. If that scares you, good. Courage grows at the edge. Ready for the unifying principle? Here it is. The one that changed everything. And yes, it circles back to that parking lot. The principle is the internal governor. Attention first, everything else follows. The Stoics built an inner authority that decides what gets in. In a digital world, you must become your own algorithm. My most vulnerable moment. It wasn't the recital. It was 3 months later, the night my relationship almost ended. We were on the couch. She said, I feel like I'm competing with a casino. I defended myself. I'm working, I said as my eyes flicked to a blue dot. She went quiet. Tears pooled, then rolled. I remember the taste of metal in my mouth. That adrenaline flavor you get when your body says, this just matters. I saw 2 roads. Keep reacting or build the governor. I stood up, walked to the kitchen, and put my phone in a drawer. I said they'd give me a week. That week, I ran the governor protocol. Guard the gate. No phone the first hour, last hour. 2 message windows. Everything else waits. Single point tasks. 1 tab, 1 app, 1 goal. If I broke it, I stood up and reset for 30 seconds. Premeditatio malorum. Before opening a distracting app, I wrote, what might go wrong? What will I do when the urge hits? Then I rehearsed it. View from above. Twice a day, I imagined zooming out from my room to my city to the planet. I asked, in this bigger view, does this notification matter? Identity cue. Lock screen read, be a present man. If my thumb went rogue, those words stopped it. By day 3, the phantom buzzes softened. By day 5, my mind felt like a clear lake, not a turbulent feed. On day 7, we cooked together in silence. She laughed at a dumb joke I made. And here's the redemption. The next week, my nephew had another performance. When I walked in, he spotted me. He grinned, both rows of teeth. During the show, my phone stayed in the car. After, he asked, were you there the whole time? I said, every minute. I meant it. Now, read the opening hook again with new eyes. Your phone isn't stealing your time. 6 months from now, your mornings are quiet, your work is deep, your relationships breathe. You walk into a room and you're actually in the room. Anxiety still visits, but it doesn't unpack. You don't fear the red bubble because you choose when to look. People start to say you feel unshakable. It isn't magic, it's the governor. You built it, one choice at a time. Loss aversion moment. Don't be the person who hears this, nods, and does nothing. You'll wake up in a year, more tired, more scattered, with fewer memories that matter. The cost of inaction is your life, paid in attention. Social proof. Over 100,000 people have used some version of this protocol. CEOs, students, Navy veterans. It works if you work it. Scarcity. You get about 4,000 weeks in a lifetime. How many do you want to spend refreshing? Quotable line. You own your attention. Everything else rents it. Another. Make your phone a tool, not a tyrant. One more. Design your defaults, or someone else will. Here's your blueprint for an unshakable life. Today, grayscale your phone. Move one app behind a speed bump. Rename one folder to your identity. Tomorrow, put your phone to sleep in another room. Claim the first hour for yourself. This week, set 2 message windows. Write the autoresponder and practice "Why this now" on every unlock. This month, schedule one 24-hour digital Sabbath. Tell people in advance. You'll feel withdrawal. Then you'll feel free. Always, before tapping, ask, does this align with who I'm becoming? If not, delay by 30 seconds. Breathe. Choose. Your future self is watching this moment. They're whispering, please, please make the hard choice. Because 6 months from now, you'll call this your turning point. Not because you threw your phone in a river, but because you installed a governor in your mind. Destroy that like button so YouTube spreads this to someone who needs it today. Subscribe. Next week, I'm breaking down the Stoic playbook for work anxiety, and it's even bigger. Comment STOIC if you're committing to the governor for 7 days. Tell me which idea hit you hardest. Ever tried the first hour rule? What happened? Drop your takeaway. I reply in the first hour. Remember, attention is life. Protect it like a parent protects a child. Train it like an athlete trains a body. And when the world shouts, smile. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Now lock your phone. Sit in silence for 30 seconds. That's your first rep. The deluge is still there. But you're already different.